Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to take you on my fall 2017 home tour. I'm doing this as part of a collaboration with a bunch of other great YouTubers. I'm going to include all their information in the description box, so once you're done watching mine, be sure to check theirs out. And if this is your first time stopping at my channel, thank you. And be sure to click like and subscribe. So this year I'm going to just start the tour inside. Normally I start on the porch, but it's been rainy for like the past week and I haven't been able to do it. So stay tuned, I will be doing a porch tour in the future, but for today we're just going to go see the inside. So I did update my front door color. I wanted something a little darker and moodier for fall, and I think once I get around to decorating this will be perfect. This is called Sophisticated Teal. So let's go inside. So right here I have an end table by my little love seat, and I just have my wax melt going. I'm melting front porch candles, Macintosh apple right now, and to me that's like the quintessential fall scent. As soon as I smell that, it's like fall's here. Next to that I just have a stack of books, and I went with navy and white. I'm trying to do mainly navy, white, and greens this year. I added in some orange, but mostly just neutral colors. I kept the little bead garland on my lamp, along with a little wooden dog and a gourd. Above that, I still have that mirror hanging there. That's a find from TJ Maxx years ago. Now on this little sofa here, I just have a pillow, and that was thrifted. This was a thrifted grain sack that I turned into a pillow, and that's from H&M. I had a blanket to go on the back of it, but I cannot for the life of me find it. So when I do find it, I'm going to throw it in there. Now next to that, I just have a little metal basket to hold some extra blankets for cuddling. And then this is what this end of my living room looks like right now. So I'll start over here on the left. So over here I have this cement looking pumpkin with some books, and this was a TJ Maxx find from last year. Now in this cubby shelf, I went with a kind of ironstone theme this year, and you'll see that when I take you into the kitchen too. So in here I went with a little alarm clock, and these are just the ones, one of them's from IKEA and the one on the bottom's from Target, but I like how they have that vintage look. That's a 98-cent pumpkin from Walmart. These ironstone little pictures are just ones that I've randomly found thrifting, but for some reason, no matter, even if they've had different patterns and designs, it all just goes together to me. And then I did put some orange in this shelf. I wanted a little bit of color and fun. And then down here on the bottom in number 7, you can see I've got some candlesticks from Marshall's, and they've got a really cool rustic feel. And then over here is my favorite. This is a little ironstone soup cup, and then it's got one of these little, I don't know, I call them spaceship squashes. I don't know what they're really called. And then on our TV stand, pretty much everything is the same. I left the Pepsi crate empty because I was afraid that if I put pumpkins in it, I was afraid the dogs would get into them. So I just like to look at the wood and the color. At Christmas, I'm going to pull it out though, because I have some good plans for it then. Then over here on the other side, I just did some DIY magnolia wreaths to go in my tobacco baskets. And these are just little grapevine wreath forms I picked up at thrift stores. I think I spent $1.50 total. And then these are the magnolia leaves that come from Hobby Lobby. And I just cut them in half so that the leaves would be the appropriate size for the baskets. And then underneath I just have my antique dog books. And those corbels are also a Hobby Lobby find. It was actually a shelf. They went sideways like this. I cut it in half and turned them on their end. So it was like way cheaper than buying actual corbels. So over here on the couch, I'm sticking with the blue and white for now. I did order a pillow on Amazon.com. It's not here yet. I'll insert a little picture so you guys can see. And it's just a white one with a watercolor green pumpkin that I think is going to go perfect. But sometimes things don't come when they're supposed to. When they're coming from another country, So as soon as that's here, I'm sure you guys will see that in a haul video. So next to the couch, I have my end tables, and these are new to me. I'm going to be doing a question and answer video to let you guys know like all about me, but just a little backstory. I work for a company that owns an apartment building, so sometimes when tenants move out, they can't take their things. Sometimes they arrange it with us to just clean it out for them. So I always get to have the option if there's things I would like, and I saw these end tables here, and I knew that once I painted them up, they would be perfect. So I just did some white chalk paint on them and added some pulls. But it's that little detail there that got me. It reminded me of the Magnolia Market end tables that are scalloped on the bottom. So these were completely free. And then on top, I just have this little handmade toolbox. I made this in a Home Depot workshop with some cotton, some green books, and a cream colored pumpkin. Underneath, I have my crate. Right next to that is the dog's toy basket, and I switched the stuff out seasonally to kind of keep it fun for them. It's an old wagon that I cut the wheels off of. So over on this end of the room, I have my little fireplace, and this was my QVC purchase last year. It was like one of those late night impulse purchases. I was freezing, I turned on TV, I saw it, and I had to have it. So right now it's not actually putting out heat, it's just a flame effect. And then I have the dog beds flanking that, and the window is probably going to wash them out. But I just have some little Walmart throws on it to kind of make it cozy and den-like. And then that is a peel and stick wallpaper, and it's just from HomeDepot.com. It's by the brand New Wallpaper, but it's the shiplap one. And then I just used the miter saw to cut some chair rail for it. But this is super simple. It's great if you're renting or if you want to do like the back of a cabinet, but you don't want it permanent. So over here in the entryway, this is that dresser that I did a DIY on before, and I like it here. It holds all the dog's clothes and all our keys and stuff, and I try and keep it simple on top of surfaces like this. If I fill them all up with stuff, it looks visually like cluttered to me, and it just bothers me. So I try and do like one little thing and then just leave the rest empty. So over here I have this vintage bottle that my mom picked up for me. And these are some Pier 1 branches, and these were last year's find. Some wooden spools. And then these little, I guess they're not cross stitches, I don't know, like a little stitching thing. And my husband, every time I find one of these, goes crazy. But there's a consignment store in my area, and there is a lady that makes them for like every season. She keeps putting new ones in, and every season I buy a new one. So this was the fall one. And then I just have the same mirrors here, and these were Home Depot. I got them for $1.48 a piece, so I was really excited for that. So that's how my living room looks. Let me take you guys into the dining room now. So here we are in the dining room, and this is just my dining room table setup. So this was a free Craigslist find, and I restained the top. I actually had to do it a couple times till I got to the color I wanted, but I've left it like this now. I'm really happy with this color. And then I just kept it simple. I did a runner from the Target Dollar Spot, a dough bowl with the pumpkins from the Target Dollar Spot, and I swore to myself I would never go with the fabric pumpkins, and then I saw them this year and I just fell in love. So that's like the pale green one. On the wall there, I have my printer's tray, and that was a Goodwill outlet find. It was just laying on the top of the bins and nobody else was grabbing it. So I got really excited when I saw that. These are IKEA curtains, and I always bring these out in fall because they're just a little bit heavier than my summer ones, and it just makes it feel a little cozier. And then over here is my blanket ladder, and I just have a grain sack on that for now. And it's a potato bag. And then on the dining chairs, I switched out the regular cushions for just some fur pillowcases, and these are faux fur. They're from H&M. Over here in the corner, I kept the little cubby shelves the same. And then I'll spin you guys around. The dog bookshelf all stayed the same as well. And then over here on my little dresser that I use kind of like a sideboard, I did this little vignette. So in the back I have another printer's tray, and this is one I rescued from the side of the road. Somebody had it out for free in a pile. The bottom was all warped, so I replaced it with a piece of wood and stained it to match it the best I could. This here is a little iron bowl, and I just filled it with some whitewashed pumpkins. These are also the ones from Walmart. These are some corbels that I found at Savers. They're originally from Home Goods. They were like almost like a bone color, so I kind of updated them with chalk paint, and then sticking with the green, blue, and tan theme. And then behind I just did a little galvanized bucket with some cotton stems. So now we're going to head into the kitchen. And immediately when you come in, on top of the fridge, I put my little thermoses up there. This is the dish towel I picked up at Home Goods that kind of set the tone for the whole season. I had in my mind what I wanted, then when I saw this, it kind of just brought it all together. So I like to keep my countertop pretty bare. So I'll just show you real quick. I have this, it's a cookbook stand from the Target dollar spot, but it perfectly holds a tablet while I cook, so it works great for that. And then just some apples in a bowl. This is a DIY backsplash that I did, shiplap. It's actually vinyl floor planks that I just cut to size and painted. And then I keep the dog food out and the treats, that way they're easy to get to. And this window here is probably my favorite display of the whole house that I worked on. So I brought all my big ironstone pieces together and I just love it. So I've got these soup tureens, and these were all picked up at like Salvation Armies or Goodwills. And I've told you guys before that I wanted to get a hutch someday and line up all the ironstone, but you know what? I thought, why not go ahead and enjoy it now? It's not a hutch, but it's still got that same look. And then I just threw in a little cloth pumpkin. And then this is my string of pearls, which actually has been growing really well. And this little teacup planter is from Christmas Tree Shops. I think it was like $1.49, and it was only a few weeks ago, so they may still have them if you're looking. So over here I have my coffee bar, and this here is just some vintage dog food cans and like cleansing products. But on my gallery wall, I kept it almost the same. I switched out the fresh baked pie sign for the pumpkin pie sign, and that is from Big Lots. It was $12, and it may still be in store if you're looking. But I mean, I don't know, they're like all over the place, but I had to have one, so. And then down here at the bottom, I switched out this little Chinese checkers board, and this is another thing that my mom picked me up. And now I'm going to swing around here to these shelves. So because I like to keep the counter empty, I installed these purposely so I'd have a place to decorate. So up here I just have that little iron statue that was my grandfather's. Here I went ahead and used a little cheese tray, just with a pumpkin underneath. And I have some old veterinary manuals under it for a little bit of like that cream color. These are pumpkin soup tureens from Walmart. These were last year. I'm going to try this year again, but these cracked really easily. One got a crack in it, and we've only used them a few times. So keep that in mind if you go looking for them. On the shelf below, I have my vintage scale with some pumpkins and a pumpkin pie spice tin, which was another gift from my mother. And then these little ramekins here are from the Target dollar spot. And I figured this year with my fall decor, I'd go ahead and work some of my functional pieces in. That way they're easy when I want to grab them. So that's why the soup bowls and the ramekins are out. Then down here I have this little bushel basket. And that thermos was my grandfather's. The bushel basket came from Target's dollar spot last year. And these are actually pomegranates. But I got them at a yard sale for like $1. So I just cut the bottoms off and turned them upside down, and they look enough like apples to make me happy. And then down here I have an iron basket, and that's actually a pet toy holder from TJ Maxx. I just turned it backwards so you couldn't see like the toys emblem. And then I have a little straw bottle, a little bit of greenery, and a camera to bring in kind of like the dark fall colors. And then I forgot to show you guys around the corner here in my dining room. I just have that little ride-on toy kind of sitting in the corner. It's like a vintage children's steamroller. So that's it for the dining room and kitchen. I'll show you guys the bathroom quick. I didn't do much in there. So this is the extent of what I did in the bathroom here. This is just a fake weight from Michael's, a vintage cheese box, and then I threw some of those 98-cent gourds in it. And then over here on my little dresser area, I kept that pretty plain. I just have that transom window there. And then my little jewelry and perfume tray. So now I'm going to take you guys and show you the bedroom, which is one of my favorite rooms to decorate for fall. So here we are in the final room of the tour. And this is my fall bedspread. This is just an IKEA one. It's called the Kustrata. So I go a little bit warmer in the fall with the plaids and stuff. I swapped out the rug. And this is from Rugs USA, but I kind of love the like lived-in look of it. Kept it super simple on my nightstand. And I have my stack of magazines. Above the headboard is a mirror. Over here on this dresser, I have a vintage window. This is the lantern from the Target Dollar Spot that I showed in my last haul, and I just went ahead and filled it with the little acorn vase filler from last year's Target Dollar Spot. I put a remote battery candle in it, so it's easy at night. You can just turn it on and off. And then here I just have a little wooden box with a gourd, a stack of books in those neutral colors I was going for, and another one of the cement pumpkins from TJ Maxx. Over here on the dresser that holds my TV, I've got another stack of books with a wooden tray. This tray is from H&M. This little pitcher came from TJ Maxx, and then this is just some wheat from Hobby Lobby. And then over here I have more of the cloth pumpkins. And to be honest with you guys, if I was on my own, if I wasn't shopping with my husband that day, I probably would have come home with way more. So I controlled myself the best I could. So I've got this wooden box here, and then just 3 pumpkins. I stuffed a garbage bag down inside to kind of give it some height. And then right here, I've got my chippy chair with all my country living books, and this pumpkin from Walmart. This was one of the $5.98 ones that I fell in love with. So I want to thank you guys for watching my tour. Be sure to check out everybody else's videos. I'll put them in the description box. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.